Lecture 5, we will be continuing with market abuse and looking at the Directorate of Market Abuse. Section 85 of the Financial Markets Act talks about the Directorate of Market Abuse. So these are the people that go and make sure that there is no market abuse, and they also prosecute market abuse cases. So if you look at Section 85(1)(a), it talks about the Directorate being established in terms of the Insider Trading Act. So the Insider Trading Act has now been repealed by the Financial Markets Act. So it's just saying that it still continues to exist. So it existed under the Insider Trading Act, then under the Security Services Act, and it continues to exist under the same name despite the repeal of those acts. Okay, so any reference to this law must be the same as it was under those previous acts. Importantly, looking at the powers of this directorate, what do they have the power to do? So they have the power to institute any civil proceedings. So we discussed already the difference between civil and criminal proceedings with regards to insider trading. So they have the power to institute civil proceedings. They also have the power to investigate matters. So we will look at how they investigate matters later on. And they also have the power to institute proceedings in the name of the FSCA, previously the FSB. So in the previous slide in section 85, we discussed that they have the power to investigate for the FSCA. So these powers include the following things, right? So they can summon anyone that they believe to be part of an investigation that they are doing. They can also summon a person in possession of a document. So if someone is holding a document that will have bearing to the case, they can summon that person and order them to produce such a document. B, they can interrogate the person under oath. So if you lie under oath, you will be guilty of perjury. So that's important. So that's why you need the oath there. And they can also retain the document referred to in A. Okay, so if a person is being interrogated, they need to tell the truth, otherwise they're guilty of perjury. And they can also ask that person to retain such a document. In relation to matters investigated with a warrant without prior notice. So this is very important. So if we talk about with a warrant, that means that they have to go to a judge and get a warrant. However, they do not need to give any notice of what they are doing to the people they are investigating. Why is that important? So warrant respects someone's privacy, but without prior notice, if the person that or people that they are investigating had noticed, what would be the first thing that they would do? They would obviously dispose of any evidence, shred documents, delete hard drives, etc. So that is why it is important that they do not give the people that they investigate notice. So what can they do with a warrant and without notice? They can enter any premises and require the production of any document. They can search a premises for a document. They can open a safe or a strong room if they suspect that it contains a document they need. They can examine and copy documents, okay, but they have to give a receipt for that document if they remove the document temporarily. They can seize documents, and they can retain the seized documents as long as required for the proceedings, which could take years, okay. Very important at the bottom here, it says the board may proceed without a warrant if the person in control of the premises consents to that. So if they come knocking on your door without a warrant and you consent to them entering, they may. However, it's very unlikely that a person under investigation would consent, so it's always a good idea to come with a warrant. Section 84 now talks about people that have been summoned and what happens to people that have been summoned. So if any person that has been summoned who fails to appear, fails to remain in attendance, refuses to take an oath, refuses to answer satisfactorily, or refuses to give information commits an offense, and they can be liable for conviction, fine, and imprisonment. Okay, so you can see for up to a period of 2 years, right? And then it talks about searching the premises. Always keep in mind that you need to protect people's dignity, freedom and security, as well as personal privacy. These are rights enshrined in our Constitution. So now we talk about the powers of the FSCA, previously the FSB, with regards to market abuse offences. So Section 83 gives the FSCA the power to interdict or attach assets. So an interdict is a court order stopping someone from doing something, preventing someone from doing something. So an interdict will basically be there to prevent someone from disposing of evidence in a case. Section 84 says that they need to make the status and outcome of an investigation known if it is in the public interest. Section 84(2) says that the FSCA may make market abuse rules. Let me just go and take care of my cat. Sorry about that. Section 84(2)(f) states that the FSCA may make market abuse rules. So after consulting with the directors, you look at what's happening in the markets. Do they need certain rules to stop people from doing certain things? So if there's a loophole in the market, they will work together to fix that loophole.